A race control room is never a room you would like to enter as a racing driver. But in 2009, there was some discussion going on at the American Le Mans Series finale in Laguna Seca between Jörg Bergmeister and Jan Magnussen. And today we have the pleasure to talk to Jörg in retrospective about the happenings back then. Jörg, good to have you here. Good morning. Great to meet you.
Thanks, Nico. Good being here. Always lovely in Spa-Francorchamps.
Absolutely, I do agree. But moving from Spa probably to Laguna Seca, what is the first thing which comes in your mind thinking about Laguna Seca?
Obviously, it's a beautiful track, so lots of good memories there. But I think you're looking for something special, and that would be the race in the ALMS against Jan Magnussen and the Corvette.
Exactly. ALMS finale 2009, an epic battle. Maybe we can just watch the end together, which was quite dramatic. Yeah. Maybe we can comment on that.
I mean, it was an amazing race. We had to do 75% of the race distance to win the championship. So at that time, we already had covered that and won the championship. So it was all for the win. It was a tough battle for probably the last 20 minutes. And then last lap, last corner, Jan tapped me and got next to me. And we were rubbing a little bit. And then at some point, he was a bit ahead. And while touching, he started turning. And then at that moment, I braked just because I didn't want to damage my car too much. And that accelerated him into the pit wall. We won, so that was good. Unfortunately, the damage he had on his car and I think also a couple of broken bones, that obviously wasn't too nice. Yeah,
but how was the feeling back then? As you say, I mean, Jan was injured, a couple of broken ribs and his tailbone was broken. I mean, this is something serious.
That I didn't know, obviously, once it happened. There was pretty much an adrenaline rush because the fight was so intense for the last 20 minutes. We were really leaning hard on each other, so there was plenty of contact already before that happened. It was a really tough battle, and as I said, it was all for the win and all in.
Yeah, but what heated up the situation to end it like that? I mean, you said already there was a couple of, you two guys had a couple of little touches already and a hard battle going on for the whole race.
Yeah, I mean, the Corvette at that time was a bit quicker. Our tires were dropping a bit out of the temperature window. It was getting cooler and cooler as the night was setting in. So therefore, was struggling a bit with grip. And as I said, the Corvette was a bit quicker. Obviously, I tried to defend as good as I can, and back in that time, you could still use the car a little bit to defend your position. So plenty of contact from both sides. And then, in the last corner, he just tapped me and unsettled my car, so I couldn't really accelerate well. Got next to me, and I was like, okay, I don't let that pass that easy. So we're rubbing quite hard, and then it was just a race accident basically, due to the circumstance that he was ahead a little bit and we were still leaning on each other. His car started turning, and by the moment I braked, because I just didn't want to damage my car too much, it accelerated him into the pit wall, and that was a big hit.
It was a serious impact, that's for sure.
But he still finished second, I think a little over a second behind me, so he slid over the start.
It was quite close, huh?
Yeah, it was.
I think in the interview Jan Magnussen gave a couple of years ago, he said he hoped to cross the finish line first still, because he crashed, but it was just a couple of meters before the start and finish line. Yeah.
Funny enough, after the race director told me, you didn't need to do it because we would have reversed it anyway. I said, yeah, you should have told me before.
And why?
Because he said it was clear it was a move from him to unsettle me, and therefore it wasn't correct.
And there was a move going on before already when he crossed the pit exit line or the whole area.
Through pit exit, through the lane he passed me. We had to reverse positions again, so I was ahead and we started all over again.
How was the direction by your team or by the paddock back then?
I would say there were some heated discussions afterwards, which is normal, lots of emotion, but nothing really happened. The night after we had the banquet and we talked, and I saw Jan actually the first time after that was on the flight to Daytona the year after in January, and we talked. No hard feelings whatsoever, so all good.
Sportsmanship.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But how was it? I mean, the first to Jan today, or how did it develop over the years then?
We still talk, so no issue, all good. We're not the closest friends, but that's normal when you're racing for a different manufacturer, so it's a competitor.
Did you actually had a fear that you will lose the championship? I mean, there was a serious impact, a serious battle going on. You secured the championship already after 75% of the race, as you told me. But you know, in the in-lap, after you crossed the line, what did you think?
Didn't really think too much about it. As I said, it was full of adrenaline, and no, didn't really think that we would lose the championship. What happened is that both Jan and I were under probation for the next 3 races. So the next season I had to, both of us had to stay clean for at least 3 races, and we both did, so no further consequences.
Yeah, a truly iconic battle. Yeah,
it was fun.
Is it one of your favorite battles, or would you say you don't like looking back to it? Let's say.
I would say it was definitely the most intense battle I ever had. And with the outcome and winning, of course, I liked the outcome, and that was good. I didn't like that Jan got hurt, obviously. That's something you never want, but definitely very memorable.
Yeah. And last question, would you do something different today, looking back in retrospective?
Knowing what I knew back then, no, I would do the same again. If I knew the race director would reverse it, obviously, yeah, I would act a little differently. But with the information I had back then, going for the win, I would do it again, same way.
A truly iconic battle. Thank you, Jörg.
Thank you.